Welcome to the podcast.
All right.
Pilates for PTs, from business to clinical. Hi y'all, my name is Stephen Dunn. I co-own Core Therapy and Pilates in Austin, Texas, and I'm the founder of Pilates for PTs. I've been a physical therapist for over 20 years, and I've been teaching Pilates and gyrotonic in my physical therapy practice for the last 15 years. In this podcast, I interview experts from all over the world so that you can learn more on how to grow your business or how to improve your clinical skills as a Pilates instructor in the physical therapy world. Thanks for listening. Hey guys, welcome. It's Stephen Dunn with Core Therapy and Pilates in Austin, Texas. And today I have a very special guest, a fellow Louisiana guy. Yes, I tend to attract Louisiana folks in my world. But I have a guy from northern Louisiana. His name is Jeremy Sutton. And he's going to come on today and teach us all about how he took an ebook and got it printed to sell on Amazon, how he got it printed, or actually a digital version to be on Kindle, I believe. But I'm going to let him go through these details. I'm super excited to learn this information. I've got about 8 or 9 ebooks that, heck, I would love to have some of those on Amazon. So with that said, I want to introduce Jeremy Sutton, Northern Louisiana, from Vivian, Louisiana. With that said, Jeremy, welcome. Introduce yourself to the group, my man.
Hey guys, so my name is Jeremy Sutton. I am here in Vivian, Louisiana. I grew up in the mountains of North Louisiana, Driscoll Mountain, about 200 feet above sea level. So,
I'm Louisiana, man.
It's high. So anyway, yeah, guys. So I'm a physical therapist. I've been a PT for 9 years. I went to the University of St. Augustine. Very much background in manual therapy. I'm certified Tai Chi instructor and dry needling, and I have a physical therapy clinic in a very small town of about 1,200 people. And I do online stuff. I have a podcast called the PT Podcast. And then about a month and a half ago, I became a published author on Amazon. So I guess that's what we're going to talk about today. And it's pretty exciting. And I'm excited to talk to you, Stephen, about it.
Yeah, man. So with that said, what led you to say, I'm going to get something on Amazon? What was that thought process that went through your mind to do this?
So, you know, I'm in Smart Success Physical Therapy with Greg Todd, and I know, Stephen, you're in that group as well. Well, there's a guy in our group. His name's Mike Chua. He's a physical therapist in Tennessee, and he had talked about being in this mastermind group with a bunch of authors and just some different people, some publishers and some virtual assistants, and just kind of a really hodgepodge group of people. And so in that group, he talked to an author, and he said, Mike, how do you get esteem, or how do you show that you're expert in your field? And he said, well, you know, we go to continuing education and we get all these letters behind our name, which nobody understands. And the guy said, well, yeah, that sounds great. I write a book. And so then that makes me the authority on whatever I wrote the book on. And so Mike, I mean, I just have to give him credit where it's due is he said, you know, he ended up writing 4 books and getting them published on Amazon. And so I wanted to learn how to do that. And I actually looked on Amazon and you can actually download the Kindle app to your laptop, MacBook, whatever. And you can start going into that app and editing a book. And so, but what I ended up doing, I talked to Mike on a Friday and we talked about it. He told me how easy it was. And on Saturday morning, I started writing my book for Amazon. And the book is called Symptom-Free Neck, Treating Your Neck Pain at Home. And I'd already done an online course for it was called the Symptom-Free Neck course. And I really hadn't had a whole lot of success in selling it. Really was kind of marketing to a cold market, not really warm leads, things like that. And I'd sold one of those at like $45. And I was like, well, I really think this is good content. I want to get it out there. And so basically what I started doing was taking that content that I had 5 YouTube videos, less than 4 minutes apiece, and I just started writing out exactly what the videos were that I'd recorded over a year ago. I took the videos and I took screenshots of myself and of my friend that did the sleeping posture video with me, and I used those for the images. And I uploaded all that to Microsoft Word, and then I uploaded it all to Amazon. I created a cover, and there you go. I had a book by Sunday at 2 p.m. I had a book published on Amazon. So it's really, really easy.
That's crazy. So you don't actually print it yourself. You just give them the content.
Absolutely. Super easy.
See, that's what blew my mind, and that's what I was wanting to find out. I'm like, all right, I heard this guy talk about this, and now all of a sudden he pulled the book. And like that's what I was amazed about. It was the time. It was the rapid speed of it. And so it was like, all right, how did he go and actually print it and get it made? So you're actually going to something on Amazon, and you're just downloading a Word document, and that Word document, they take it and put it into book form when someone orders it, and it gets out in a book form?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's called kdp.amazon.com, and you go in and you sign up. You get up, it's just like having an Amazon Prime account, and it walks you through the process. Excuse me. You have to name your book. You put in your name as the author. You put in the edition if you want to do that. And then it just walks you through it step by step. And then you get to the part where you can upload your content. And so you just upload the file. And then, so the thing that really messed me up, I could have had my book published on Saturday about 9 p.m., but I didn't know how to set the margins on Word, okay? And so you have options. You can get a 5x8 book. I think mine are 6x9, 6 inches by 9 inches. So you can do that. And then what you do is on Word is you can go in and customize the margins. And so you can customize it 6 inches by 9 inches. Had I known that, I could have had the book done really quickly. I ended up uploading it about 5 times before I got it right. And then I didn't have, when I got it correct, I took the page numbers off. So the first edition of the book has no page numbers. I just ordered 100 before we got on the call, and I just remembered now talking to you that I forgot to put the page numbers on it again. So I'll do that for the next one. But yeah, man, you upload it, and then it asks you to upload the cover. So they have templates for the cover. So on the back cover, you'll see a circular picture of myself, and then a little blurb about me. And then at the bottom of that, it talks about the book. And that was just a template that Amazon has. And then you could also use a template for the front cover. But since I know how to use Canva and I'm creating content all the time for my podcast and for my business, I went ahead and went on Canva, and they actually have a book cover section in there. And I used a template from there and created the book cover that I have. So it was every bit of it was 100% made sitting on my couch with my MacBook, and then uploaded it to Amazon. It cost me $2.15 to print it. And so I have it listed at $7.95 to sell, and Amazon takes 40% of that. So I get 60% profit. So I'm sure there's possibly a better way on the profit end of that to do it, but I really didn't do it to make money. I set it at $7.95. I looked at like McKinsey's Treat Your Back, Treat Your Neck books, and a lot of others. They were $10, $15, $20, $30, some of them. And so I felt like $7.95 was a good price. Not cheating anybody, making, I think, $2.50 a book or something like that. So that's what I did with that.
Got it. Well, the fact that they can print it for $2.15, is there a limit on, can you print 1? Can you print 5? Is there a certain?
So that's a very good question. So today I ordered 100 copies from Amazon. You can go on when you have that kdp.amazon.com, when you set your account up there, you have it's called your bookshelf, and it shows all the books that you have. So currently I just have that one book. Well, there's a drop-down menu and it says order author copies. And so I can order copies at $2.15 a copy.
Got it. And
so that's what I did today. So I ordered 100 copies. What my plan is with those 100 copies is to start giving them out to businesses around town, to different people like office workers and things like that. There's 2 schools in my town. I'll probably try to give as many teachers books as I can. So, yeah.
So basically for $2.15, you got a book to go give out.
That's right.
So it's for 100 of them, you're spending $215 to
plus it was actually $283 to have it shipped here. It was $43 for shipping, which is ridiculous. But
so like I mean, God, that's mind blowing, man. That like you can have something for that inexpensive ready to go. Like I really thought that was a much bigger process. I'll tell you my story real quick. This is the power of social media. I was watching, I was on Facebook one night. It was probably like, 11 o'clock at night on a Friday. And maybe it was a Saturday, but it was a weekend night. And I watched this Frank Kern video. And it was Frank Kern telling people about how to write a book. And he's like, don't write a book. Don't sit down and write it. He goes, you grab your phone and you talk into your phone and then you transcribe it. And so he basically, like, within this like 3-minute video that I watched of his, he's like, you write down your layout and then, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, and whatever you're an expert at. And then you put 3 little subheadings, 4 subheadings, 5 subheadings under each one. And then all of a sudden, there's your book. And so I'm like, all right. And so I just did it in the matter of, like, I just paused the video and I just did it. And I didn't think about it. I just thought, what can I talk about? Like, what do I talk about all day? I talk about back pain all day. So I just wrote a whole book on back pain. And what I ended up doing was I just talked into my phone. And then each chapter will say had like roughly 15 to 20 minutes of me talking. And I sent that to Rev or whatever. I think it was rev.com or, whatever. There's all kind of different places for transcriptions. I think it was Rev. But anyway, sent it to them. It was like $1 a minute, and I had like 100 minutes. So it cost me $100 to take it from me speaking it and then getting it to a file. Well, it's a big, long run-on sentence, basically. So then I sent that file to someone at Fiverr who was an editor, copyright person for a publishing company, doing some freelance on the side. And so they took it and put it into a readable form and whatnot. And so I kind of got to that point, and that's where I just kind of stopped. I've had it edited by someone, and I've actually had my wife go through it and reread it, and then I just completely stopped. So I have, and it's probably like 40 or 50 pages. And it's basically everything that I send out in emails to my patients and everything that I've been teaching my clients for homework for 15 years now of my 20-year career. So it's like now all of a sudden I was doing this for like, hey, here's the stuff I email people, but here's a book. I'll just give it to my patients. But kind of like you, how can I get it in a way that's cheap enough to make it worthwhile? And boom, this is it, man. And that $2.15 may be based on the size of the book. So
yeah, I think so.
That makes sense. But the reality is that I thought this was something that was going to be a $3,000 to $5,000 investment to get it done from some of the other people that I talked to.
Right.
So, and I was like, oh, I can't do that right now. I got too many other things to work on that because I wanted, like you, I want to give it away. I want it to build authority, but I don't want it to be something, but I also know it's good information that can help some people too. So I do want it out there for people to buy, and I want to be on Amazon because that's somewhere that I'm not. Now, you also mentioned, I believe, Kindle. Now, Kindle has a process where you can put it on there for a digital download, and that was free, if I remember correctly?
Yes. So the Kindle version is exactly like the book version. So once you download it or upload your transcripts to Amazon, then it'll automatically go into the Kindle version. You just have to set it up within, and it's all very simple, step-by-step instructions on how to do it. And it'll highlight the part that you messed up and make you come back. So very, very easy. I use the exact same cover for the Kindle version. So what I did on the Kindle version was I think I made it $2.99, and I don't remember how much Amazon gets for that. I think it's actually maybe 30% of the Kindle version is what they take. But the Kindle version is $2.99 by itself, and then it's free when you buy the book. So, you can get that. And then eventually I will have an audio version. Right now, it just hasn't been that important to me to have the audiobook version because I'm giving this out to people more than selling. So I've made $23 off the book on Amazon. I've sold however many copies that equates to, but it's been like my mom and, some friends and some colleagues around the country. And I don't know if I've sold any from just, I haven't really marketed it all on Amazon. But what I wanted to do with that book, Stephen, is to show people that, exactly like you, these are things that I teach my patients. I've taught my patients for the last 9 years. It's there's things that I'm saying every day over and over and over and over again. And so when I got the book, it's the thinnest book I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, oh my gosh, is this really what I just did? But I've given it to people and they say, oh, there's really good information in this. But also what it does is with me being able to give that out to people, one, it shows that I care.
Yeah.
Two, it shows that I had at least the foresight and the drive to put something together for other people. And then the third thing is it looks very good. Amazon, I mean, it looks very professional. It doesn't look like I printed it off of my, 900-year-old HP printer or whatever, I've had before, Dot Matrix printer, but it looks really good. And it's really been good. I've really enjoyed giving that to people, and I have it. I've signed every copy, and it hasn't been, hi, I'm Jeremy. Thanks for buying, thanks for taking my amazing book. It's been, hey, thanks for letting me serve you, because that's really what it's all about. The front cover of my book says Servant PT. That's what all my stuff is. And so I want to serve people. So it's been really nice to be able to say, hey, Stephen, thank you so much for investing in my business and my family and coming and letting me treat you and serve you as a patient. Now let me serve you a little bit further. And most of the people that I've given the copy to, I've never treated for neck pain. It's just, hey, you might have some neck pain eventually, or you probably know somebody that does. So that's really what I've used it for. And I actually, now that I found out how easy the process is, I have an online back course that I haven't even turned into anything yet. I just have it outlined, like you said, with the topics and subtitles. That's what my next book will be. And I had 5 modules for the neck book. I have 14 for the back. Yeah. So it'll be a lot longer.
It's going to grow. And as you get more comfortable doing it, and you'll start getting better and better. So this is a perfect example of the imperfect action, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have the numbers on the page, but it's done. You got it out there.
Yeah.
You might find a misprint in there, here and there, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna change that for the next one. But this is it's awesome. And again, you're doing things that the typical PT would never do.
That's right.
You're doing things and you're putting yourself out there that the PT that's just there collecting a check and not really caring to serve their client isn't going to take the time to do. And some people are going to not even care that you wrote a book. But to a lot of people, it's going to be a big deal. Are you familiar with Russell Brunson, or how do you say his name?
Yeah.
So yeah. I figured you were, but I know I ordered his book, and like ordering his like secret experts or expert tips, whatever that book was, like, here's my free book. It was free, but it charged $7.95 for shipping.
Right.
And that became then his sales page through ClickFunnels for that was like, oh, here's my next book, and you get this starter kit on how to hack a funnel. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, so you can now pay $40 instead of $44 or something instead of $7 and get 2 books in this like whole pretty package. Mm-hmm. Or you can just get the $7 one. And then as soon as you buy that, I'm like, all right, I'll take the 2 books, and for $40, I'm sure there's $40 worth of value in these 2 books. So then I'm like, boom, I sign up for that. And then it's like, here's the next, then the video pops up. There's the upsell. You can now buy my $2,000 course. And I'm like, damn, I went from paying $7 to like, I'm really thinking about signing up for this $2,000 course just because of how the process that he took me through ClickFunnels. Right. I saw the power of it. And I resisted because I didn't have the $2,000, and I was like, I didn't know enough about him to invest that money in him at the time, but it was something that like, it was just kind of an interesting process. So I was like, if you have a book, you can take your book and lead it into a sales funnel that you sell a course, that the course has the exact same information in the book, but all of a sudden courses you can typically sell for more than a book because they're videos, right? So then you take your book and you upsell it to your course. Then the first course might be a course along the lines of like a $50 course for the patients, but then boom, the next course is like for the clinician. Here's how you treat them. These are the manual therapy tips that have helped me over the years. And then it becomes a $500 course that you're selling to a different audience with the same information.
That's right.
I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So that's a profit ladder, what Russell Brunson did to you, and what Russell Brunson's done to me, and Ryan Levesque and Anik Sinal or whoever else I just ordered a book from, that was free for $7 shipping. And, now I've gotten 7 or 10 emails from this last guy that I ordered a book from. I haven't even got his book yet, and I'm getting all these emails. But like, he's he is upselling us, but he's adding value. He's serving. Because exactly what you said, the average physical therapist is going to come to, now this is average. We're not talking about good people, so don't get upset, whoever's listening to this later. The average PTs just come in and work at 8 to 5. They're getting their notes done the best they can. They'll leave them till Friday, or, they'll finish them however they need to, but that's it. They're not thinking, I'm not going to say that, but they're 8 to 5 people. But the above average PTs, I hope that doesn't come off too arrogant, are trying to serve people. And that's what, if you can serve people, then you can go further in life. And it's not because, and this is something Greg Todd explained to me. I said, man, I really appreciate everything you do for me. And I've got your back. I'm loyal to you and all that stuff. And he said, yeah, you're loyal to me because I've made your life better. You're loyal to me because I served you at a very high level, not because I tried to sell you something. And he's exactly right. And so with what I've done with my book is now, and this is for let's switch from the servant to the business owner, but it's still the same person. As a business owner, now I have a book that costs me $2.15. I can put it on my shelf. I'm going to give it to every patient I have. That's just happening. But I can sell it for $5, still make money here in the clinic. And then the next time my neck course, once I revamp it and put it on ClickFunnels or Kajabi or whatever and make it look really professional, and I've got it at $45, well, maybe I can put that to $79.95, or maybe I just leave it at $49.95 because I'm not trying to get rich off of this. But then it's like, okay, well, Jeremy served me with the book. And then, oh, by the way, I have his cell phone number, and I message him on Facebook. And he's come to my house once or twice to bring me something. Well, now here's his neck course. Well, then, I plan on starting a course geared towards young professionals that have anger issues and burnout problems, which there's a ton of us. I've been there for burnout. I'm sure you have too, Stephen, in 15 years. Well, then that's not going to be a $50 course. That's going to be higher because I'm going to be one-on-one mentoring people. And you build your profit ladder like that. And that's how, I told a patient today, I became a physical therapist because I didn't want to sell anything. I just wanted to help people. But if you have to sell yourself, and by doing that, you can serve without being sleazy and like a used car salesman. And, it just builds your profit ladder, and you have more things to serve people because the average PT is just not serving at a high level. And we know that.
Yeah. And I look at the book that I want to do, or that I've partially done. Again, it's what I already teach people. It's something that I'm already emailing them. I'm already giving it to them in PDF files. Now it's just going to be a little bit in a nicer form.
Yeah.
It'll be all-inclusive because I don't always see people long enough to take them through the whole program that I initially want to teach them. So, but what I also envision with this same information is turning it into an app so that a patient can buy the app for $5 and have access to everything in it through their phone, and make it a course, make it wherever they want to, wherever they need it, wherever they're going to consume it. But again, I want to use that same information and recycle it, repurpose it, because I can only be one-on-one with a client so many a day. And
That's right.
I'm at a point now where I'm too busy with clients. I'm seeing 35, 40 people a week, which is great. I love it. It's like I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in this cash setting and people are willing to come pay me. But I don't have time to do a lot of the other stuff I need to do, which is, again, why I'm so excited about Jared coming to work for me, and where he's going to allow me to scale back and actually grow. But all of a sudden, I've got all these ideas and all these things I want to do, and I haven't had the time to do it. And that goes into some of that burnout you're talking about. And I'm at a point where, like, 3 years, no insurance. I've been busting my butt off to learn how to run the business and do it right. And I love it. And even a day like yesterday when I had clients from 8 to 6:30, I still left excited. And I still talked to Jared for an hour after work. We talked to him 6:30 to 7:30, just bullshitting about what we had just talked about, what he had seen all day. And I'm like, I came home excited. And my wife's like, just stop talking. She can't take it anymore. But it's a scenario where, yeah, I've had burnout, but I'm at a point now where I don't have burnout, even when I'm overworking, because I'm serving my clients for them. I'm working for them. I'm doing what they need, not what anyone else is telling me to do or telling them to do. And it's a scenario where it's just been really fantastic because it is truly serving people And we didn't go to PT school to be told that we got to learn ICD-10s correctly or they're not going to pay us. And, we didn't go to PT school to be threatened with everything we do. So we went to PT school to help people, and that help gets sucked out of us by the industry, by the profession, by the bosses of the mills. And if you can find that place that allows you to serve, you can serve on every level you're willing to go. And whether it's a book, whether it's a blog, whether it's this, whether it's that. But these are all things I would have never thought about. Someone asked me 5 years ago, hey, you should start writing a blog. You got a lot of great information. You talk all day in here, and it's great stuff. And I'm like, I ain't got time for a blog. Who's going to read it? And now I got probably 180 blogs on my website that I put together in the last, 2 years. So with that said, I think that it's awesome that you and I are in a situation where we get to know each other through this social media world, these groups that we're involved in together. And I can see you do something that's really cool that I say, I need to learn that. And it literally is going to take a day or two once I just sit down and do it.
Yeah.
And so there's the motivation, so that I'm pretty slammed today and the rest of the week. But again, as Jared has 2 clients today, his first 2 paid clients.
All right.
And he's got, as that starts growing, my time is going to be found again. So I'm just so excited that you took the time to meet me today and share this information. You've had a lot of change going on in your business the last year. This is going to get off of the. Well, let me ask you: is there anything else that you need to talk about from the book?
I think the number one thing is it's a very easy process. So anybody that wants to do it, by all means, jump out and get started doing it. If you have any questions, feel free to find me on Facebook, and send me a message. I'll be glad to walk you through the process. Mike Chua is another guy that would be, I'm sure, I don't want to volunteer him, but I know he's a great resource for that. And I can introduce you to him if you don't want to talk to a redneck. But anyway, no, I think that's it. It's a very easy process. Right now I'm working on a devotional for healthcare providers that I hope to have done in November. I don't know that that's realistic because I haven't worked on it in about a month, but it's going to be a daily devotional. I want to do a back pain book, and I want to do a workplace injury book, because I see a lot of workers' comp patients here. But, it's just an easy thing. I really expect to have 5 books out by this time next year, if not more. They're going to be anywhere from 25 to 50 pages each. And I'm really going to have a series called Treat Yourself at Home. I'm going to have 3 to 5 volumes of that. And I'm going to do like Russell Brunson. I'm going to say, hey, here you can have each one of these books for $7 or whatever it is. But if you want to buy all 4 of them, I'll send them to you for $20. Just to serve people. And then, like you said, Stephen, I can only treat. I have an insurance-based clinic. I see between 45 to 60 visits a week, and which is completely slammed and crazy. But I can only treat so many people. Yeah. And like I said, hopefully within next year, I'll be able to find a Jared and get them here, and we can start growing, because it's hard to grow when it's just you. But it's super easy to do. If anybody has any questions, please reach out to me. I don't mind at all talking you through it. And eventually I'll probably do a video on it and put it in a healthcare digital marketing Facebook group or something like that on Facebook. But no, man, that's it. I think it's an easy process. You guys just got to get out there and do it. And immediately you become an expert overnight. And you already are an expert to so many people, because there's so many things people don't know that whatever you are, whether you're PT, Pilates instructor, yoga, Tai Chi, plumber, carpenter, president, whatever it is, stuff that other people don't know. So just put it down so they can know it.
Yeah, that's it. That's such a valid point. And it's so interesting now, like everywhere I go and I listen to people, one of the first suggestions I make to them is, have you ever thought about doing an online course with that information? And they all look at me like I'm crazy. They totally look at me like I'm crazy. And I said, well, have you ordered any courses or done anything online in the last year or two? And the people that I talk to that say no, I realize I don't need to be talking to them anymore, because those are the people that they're going to be dragging energy out of me, sucking it out of me. And the people are like, well, yeah, I've taken 5 courses in the last 6 months. I'm like, okay, well, it's a $1 billion industry, like high billions. It's not low billions. It's a huge industry. And it's only growing and changing. And I'll tell you a story. My folks live in South Louisiana in Covington, and there's a lady that she's good friends with. She's a sweet old black lady that's about 90 years old, and she makes mayhaw jelly. And mayhaw, I don't even know what a mayhaw is, but it's a fruit that's sweet, sweet, sweet. And I've never seen it, but I've been eating mayhaw jelly in my life. And it comes from Miss Inez in South Louisiana. I think she's from Lacombe area. And so my mom's like, Miss Inez is getting old. There's going to be a day real soon we're not going to be able to get that jelly. And I said, Mom, you need to take a tripod to her house, take a light to her house, and you need to film her from start to finish, her doing the entire process. And my mom's like, huh? And I said, just do it. And when you do it, I'll take it and I'll put it together and I'll put it on a website, and then Miss Inez's family will make money off of this website forever.
Yeah.
Like, huh? Then she's like, what? I was like, yeah, we could do this, blah, blah, blah. We could sell this for $50 to people. I know a lot of people that would love to know how she makes this jelly, because every person that I give this jelly to loves it. And you can't find mayhaw jelly in the stores. So it's just one of those, and it may only sell in South Louisiana because that's, or wherever you can find mayhaws. It might be a regional thing for sure.
Right.
You could film her making grape jelly too. You could film her making blackberry jelly because she makes it all, and it's so good. But it's just one of those things that no one thinks about that.
Absolutely.
But she could set up her family to make a couple $1,000 a year for years. It may be a lot more than that. It may be not even worth the time. But again, here's the difference in how I look at everything now. When I hear a patient talking about something they have an issue with, I'm like, I wonder if I could make an online course to serve this, because that's one kid that has this problem. There's got to be more kids that don't have the time to get in here to see me. So all of a sudden, I got one baseball pitcher with a jacked up elbow and shoulder. There's got to be 100 more in this town. There's got to be thousands more across the country. So then all of a sudden, your service, your impact, your reach is way beyond your little community of 1,200 people.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So I started my podcast, and I have very modest numbers. I've been doing it for a little over a year. I have about 18,000 downloads so far. I have 55 episodes, but I would have never, that's 18,000 people I've reached. If I had not started that podcast, I wouldn't have reached them. Yeah. And so, my stuff, it's things that I deal with. It's motivational, it's encouragement. It's a lot of Christ-centered information, and it's all good stuff. It's all lifting people up. And so I can do that here, and I can see, 8 people a day, 10 people a day, 20, whatever I see. But if I can put it on a podcast and I have 100 people download it that day, plus the people I saw, well, then my reach 10x'd basically.
I was just about to say that. That's 10 times your population. More than 10 times your population with those numbers, way more actually. And that's pretty fantastic. So here you are growing your reach, and you're growing your reach in not just the community of like who you can help, but you're also growing your reach in the PT community. And that's what's so awesome, is that our PT community is changing and growing. 3 years ago, I didn't associate with any PTs. I didn't hang out with PTs. I didn't give a shit what my neighbor was doing who's a PT. Now I meet with my all the business owners that are right around me. We now meet once a quarter to talk about what we're doing. We're all competition to each other, but we're all in the same mindset. And therefore we can all meet and share with each other, even though Jared Carter's one of them. His clinic's a mile from my office. Another guy's in Lakeway about 20 miles, 15 miles away. Another guy's in North Austin about 10 miles away. We're not super close, but me and Jared are a mile apart. We all still get together, and we're not competition because we know there's enough people that need our help.
That's right.
I'm not trying to hoard my people. If someone that I see goes and sees Jared and they have success, Jared will text me, hey, I'm seeing this person that saw you. Guess what I'll do? I say, oh, Jared, take it easy. They're fairly sensitive. They got a sensitive nervous system. I give him advice on the reason why she's not seeing me anymore, because I didn't help her. So let me give you how I didn't help her.
Right.
And then you can help her. And that's the relationship I have with a PT a mile down the street from me. Instead of saying, oh, man, I wish Linda would come back and see me.
Yeah, there's a hospital in the town that I'm in that did not have a PT clinic when I built my business. And to my knowledge, and asked them several times, we're not going to open one. Well, they opened one last year. Well, that group of doctors was my number one referral source, which is why it's so important to write books and to do podcasts and to be on Facebook and market and meet people and meet with other business owners. But I tell people all the time, like, they have a product and I have a product. That's what physical therapy is. It's a product. Right. Mine is 100% different from theirs, without a doubt. Right. And so some people love what I do and some people love what they do. And that's okay, because even in a town of 1,200, there are plenty of people to go around. Without a doubt. No problem. I've worked in towns that had 5 PT clinics. You go to Ruston, Louisiana, where Louisiana Tech is, and there's 5 outpatient PT clinics right now, and they all 5 are full. And it's got 20,000 people in it. Yeah. It's not Austin. It's Ruston. Yeah. There's plenty of people.
Yeah, and everybody's hurting. And so, like you said, if you rely on the physician referrals, you're putting yourself in a position that as soon as they decide to open their own clinic or, the hospital I work at now, they're not going to let me send them out. And trust me, the hospitals don't let them send them out.
No, they don't.
The doctors, they'll still send you their wives. Like, this is what happens to me. They send
the doctors will come.
Yeah, their wives and family and friends, but they don't send their patients to me.
And that's fine. And I'm okay with that, because now I market to people. I don't market to doctors.
That's right.
And I never really did, to be honest with you.
In the book, the doctors could care less if you wrote a book, like, just because they're too caught up in their egos. But your clients are like, oh, wow, he took that time to try to help me. And the reality is that there's not a lot of good books out there. I'm going to show my bias here. I'm not a big McKinsey fan. So the whole McKinsey books, I've never been a fan of my entire 20-year career. I do think it helps certain people, but it's not something that I've found has been a great resource. But I think there's many PTs that have great information that have never put it out there.
Absolutely.
It's all residing right there.
Yeah. If it stays in here, we can't help people.
That's right. And they're helping their client one-on-one, and they're making an impact. But, man, it's at a situation where it's not out to the masses, and the doctors aren't helping spread the word about PT. So we got to be the leaders in that. So,
I think the last thing I would say about any of this, Stephen, or the book is what you just said is we all have a lot of knowledge of whatever we're doing, but we also have a lot of fear to share that knowledge with people because of a couple of reasons. The first reason is you're scared it's going to be rejected and people are going to throw stuff at you and laugh. And I don't care. I've been I've looked like this my whole life. People have laughed at me. I don't care. And so it does nothing. I don't like it when somebody says something stupid on Facebook, but I don't lose sleep over it. Okay. So that's the first reason. Forget the people are going to say you're doing terrible. Most of the people that say you suck are the ones that wish they would have done it first or wish they would have the guts to do what they know they can do. And then the second thing is if we share our information, we're afraid somebody's going to steal it. Well, if you're the first person to share it and somebody steals it, you still look great because it was your information. And so with my podcast, what I do is I'm building a network of professionals in North Louisiana and really the whole state that want to serve people and see people as a person and not just an ICD-10 code. And after dealing with insurance for the last 4 years as an owner, or 2 years as an owner, 4 years in private practice, I hate insurance companies almost. Well, I'm not going to say I hate them, but I don't like them very much. And eventually I'll be done with them forever as well. I'll transition to cash, but we have to know that we have this knowledge and it's okay to share it because Joe down the street may try to take it from you, but he really can't because it was your knowledge. And it's okay if he does anyway because you're still helping people and you still know it was yours. And so don't be afraid to share what you have because people need it. We need more people to step up and say, hey, I can help you with this situation and not keep it to themselves. That's why we're in the mess we're in this country and in life and insurance and medical care and everything.
Well, trust me, 4 years ago, I'd have never wrote a book with all my home exercises that people pay me for.
Yeah.
To sell for basically nothing. It's like my intellectual property for my entire career, I'm going to put it in a book, and people typically come pay me to get it. Now, granted, it's not the same as me doing it to them with my hands. versus learning the homework that I teach after I do that. It's not the same, but it's something that, like before, my mindset would have come from this place of scarcity instead of abundance, and I wouldn't have put it out there because I'm like, I don't want anybody knowing my secrets. And now I'm like, I don't care if anyone's stealing my secrets, because it's not secrets. It's how to help somebody.
That's right.
It doesn't help everybody, but I know people that it does help. It really helps, and they love it. And it's something that's a program that can be done. It takes a little time, and it hurts a little bit, but at the same time, if it helps, it's a lot better than popping pills.
You know what? Last thing for real this time. I do this all the time, but to everybody. I had yesterday, so I reached out to, I'm a Smart Success PT ambassador, and you are too. Yeah. And so I got so excited when I signed up for that. So I reached out to a couple of, one was a PT. No. It was a strength and conditioning coach that I follow on Facebook, and just phenomenal person, puts out all this content, sold a program last year. I think sold like $30,000 or $40,000 worth of it. I can't remember. It was a lot. So I was following them. So, hey, I think you'd be good for this program, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm not interested. I have a lot of stuff going on. Well, then we go through this Monday night training, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I felt like a sleazeball for doing that. And so yesterday I sent a message, hey, I apologize. Told her the whole thing. I'm sorry. I wish I would have done this. I do love this program, but I really don't know you. It probably was a little weird. Of course, said, look, there's nothing to apologize for. And I said, hey, I really need to get on your program because I followed it and it looks great. Would you like to be an affiliate of my program? I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, so I can be honest when I tell people it works. I think you did a free ebook last year with maybe a couple of steps out of your 50. Could you send me maybe one step so I can do it and know that it's good? Well, I'll just send you the whole program, and that way you can go through it and you can see if it works for you. And so the courage, the reason I'm telling you this is because the courage that took for the other person to do that is phenomenal, because that shows me that they really are confident in themselves. They're confident in their product, and they don't have a mindset of fear. They have this abundance mindset that people talk about. I used to hate that phrase, abundance mindset, because it makes me think people can just say, somebody's gonna bring me $1 million today, But I could have easily just be some loser on this planet and steal all that information, but they don't care because they're confident and it's a good product. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, just don't be afraid to share your information with people.
And when you meet people that are living in that abundance, you want to be around those people.
Absolutely, you do. Like you said, you don't want to be around people that aren't taking courses. I'm enrolled in 4 online courses right now. I don't even know how I'm paying for them, to be honest with you. But I'm probably going to enroll in another one to do medical billing, because I've talked to Medicare 3 times yesterday, and I wanted to pull out the last little patch of hair on my head. So anyway, yeah.
Well, Jeremy, man, it's been great, man. I love chatting with you. I knew we would enjoy chatting. I only know you from listening to your videos, and you and I have had some interaction through the interweb. But it's great to have a just you and I interacting, but interacting in a way of how we can help others, and how it's still about serving. It's still like, hey, we're chatting here, and I need the information you're giving. But I don't want it just for me. I want it for others. I want it for everybody. And again, when you find that group of people, it's really, really special. So with that said, I know you've mentioned a little bit of this before, but people can reach out to you through Servant PT. Tell me a little bit about emails or how they reach out to you.
Right now, you can email me at servantpt@gmail.com. I have a website right now. It's called vivianphysicaltherapy.com, but it's going to be changing to servantpt.com soon.
Okay.
I had somebody rework it, but I didn't like it, so we're going to redo it. And then I'm on Facebook, Jeremy Sutton, my personal page, on Instagram at servant_PT, Facebook.com/servantpt. So if you cannot find me, you're not trying.
That's right. When you put yourself out there, it becomes easy for people that are looking to find you. So, well, man, I'm super excited to again have an interaction other than through the web and through live videos. And I know this is the start of a long relationship for us, man. I'm super pumped to be a part of our family that we're a part of with the Smart Success PT group. It's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to getting to know more and more of you guys through these types of interactions, because everybody's doing amazing stuff and we can all learn from each other, and that's what it's about. So with that said, thanks for your time, man. I know you're busy. Go out there and knock it out the park today, and serve those clients, serve those 50-year-old ladies. I know that's your thing, man. So
that's right, man. All right, man. Steven, it's awesome talking to you.
Take care, my friend, and we'll chat soon, man.
All right, brother. Bye.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. And if you did, could you do us a favor and leave some love and write us a review? My name is Stephen Dunn. I help physical therapists incorporate Pilates into their physical therapy practice. If you would like more information on how you can incorporate Pilates into your physical therapy practice, then like my Facebook page, Pilates for PTs.